Our eyes are an extension of our brain, and eyes are wearing out. And one of the reasons eyes are wearing out is they have too much short-range vision and not enough long-range vision. The muscles in our eyes, the short and long-range muscles, are set by the age of 11. I was talking to an eye doctor and she said, we are very concerned about children's eyesight today because their eyesight is set, the long and short range are set by the age of 11. She said traditionally children were outside a lot, so what they're viewing is a lot of long range. But she said today so many children are inside. And how many parents say, no, it's not safe out there. It's too dangerous to climb the tree. It's too dangerous to ride your bike. You might fall over and hurt yourself. No, come inside and watch this or play this game. You heal from a broken leg. But some of the things that are going into children's brains from what they're watching, that they will never heal from. Remember the Russian standards. Under the age of 2, 0. Under the age of 5, 5 minutes. Under the age of 10, 15, 20 minutes. Under the age of 15, we're probably looking at maybe an hour, 18, 3 hours. They're the Russian standards. One of the problems with eyes today is too much exposure of the eyes to just screens. A friend of mine went to a really old optometrist. She said, my eyes are failing. And he said, I know why. He said, you've got too much time at the screen. And I loved what he said. He said, we need to spend more time gazing at the mountains, the vastness of nature, rather than our eyes going to these little boxes. And he said, one way to get those muscles working well, because the muscles that you use in looking at the screen all pull in. So he said, very gently, you just squeeze your eyelid, your eyebrows like this, not harsh, very gently, because they're very delicate little muscles. Dr. William Bates says, even in the middle of a hot sunny day, go outside, close your eyes and look up with your eyelids closed, and then put your head down and then open your eyes. So you're actually getting some through the skin. He also says to raise your eyelid, look down and let the sun's rays touch the whites of your eyes, obviously only for a few minutes. It will increase circulation to the eyeball and increase eyesight.
Your eyesight might be at risk, and you don't even know it. And I really mean it. Because both our work and entertainment come from mobile screens or laptop screens. For some, it's even worse, virtual reality screens. In a world where screens dominate our lives, the hidden dangers of prolonged screen time and poor nutrition are quietly taking a toll on your vision. But don't lose hope. Here's the good news. Barbara O'Neill has uncovered 2 simple, life-changing steps to protect your eyes and keep your vision sharp for years to come. Want to know what they are? Stick around as we dive into these practical, science-backed solutions that can make all the difference for your eyesight before it's too late. The silent threats to your eyesight. Suppose you're sitting there, staring at your phone, tablet, or laptop for hours. Maybe you're watching videos, gaming, or just scrolling through stuff. Everything's fine. But here's the thing, your eyes are working overtime and they're not happy about it. You might not notice it at first, but they start to feel dry and tired. And then, one day, everything looks a little blurry and you're like, wait, what's going on? That's something called digital eye strain, DES. It happens because when you're glued to a screen, you don't blink as much. Blinking is like putting oil on a squeaky bike chain. It keeps everything running smoothly. Without it, your eyes dry out and get cranky. Normally, we blink 15 to 20 times a minute. But when you're glued to a screen, that number drops by half. Crazy, right? And less blinking means your eyes get dry and irritated. That's why a lot of eye exercises include blinking. It's like hitting the refresh button for your eyes, keeping them nice and hydrated.
It gives the eyes the right conditions. They have the ability to heal. Eyes need you to be well hydrated. Eyes need you to sleep for 8 hours a night, ideally starting at about 9 o'clock. Eyes also need you to reduce your technology time. That's one of the biggest eye weakness. The cells in the eye need nutrition, so that's high fiber, lots of fruits and vegetables. Protein, there's your legumes, your nuts, your seeds. And great fats, because the membrane around every cell in the body is 50% fat. Your best fats are your avocado, your nuts, your seeds, and also a little coconut oil or olive oil. eyes, when given the right conditions, can begin to heal.
And it gets worse. There's this thing called blue light that comes from your screens. It's not just regular light, it's sneaky. Blue light goes deep into your eyes and messes with a part called the retina, which is like the eye's control center for seeing clearly. Over time, too much blue light can lead to macular degeneration. That's a fancy way of saying you could lose your sharp middle vision. Imagine trying to read or recognize faces, and everything's blurry. It's that bad. What's wild is this damage doesn't happen all at once. It's like slowly filling up a glass with water until one day it overflows. But what can you do about it? After all, you can't just stop all your work to protect your eyes, right? However, there's one thing you can do. Focus on eating the right type of foods. Your eyes need stuff like vitamins A, C, and E, plus these cool antioxidants called lutein and zeaxanthin. They fight off something called oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is like rusting from the inside out. Without enough nutrients, your eyes can't stop the rust from spreading, and that leads to things like cataracts. Cataracts make your vision super foggy, like looking through a dirty window. And here's the kicker. Cataracts aren't just an old person's problem. If you're not eating well, they can show up way earlier. And then there's macular degeneration again. Yeah, it's back. If your diet is all chips and soda with no leafy greens or fish, you're giving it an open invitation. Studies even show that people who eat poorly are way more likely to deal with serious vision issues as they get older. More than half of all people who use screens regularly have digital eye strain, but most of them don't even know it. Plus, the World Health Organization says about 1 in 3 cases of blindness could be prevented with better nutrition. 1 in 3. That's a lot of people who could still see clearly if they just had the right food on their plates. Barbara O'Neill's first step, eye exercises. Barbara O'Neill says that you don't need fancy gadgets or expensive treatments to make your eyes happy again. It's all about giving them some TLC with a few simple exercises. For example, have you heard of the 20-20-20 rule? It's easy. Every 20 minutes, just look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. That's it. It's like stretching your legs after sitting too long, but for your eyes. And the difference it makes is huge. According to Barbara O'Neill, our bodies and eyes are amazing at fixing themselves if we just give them a chance. She's all for these gentle, everyday practices. No complicated routines, just small things you can stick to. Over time, these little habits can actually make your eyes stronger and less stressed.
What I love about this rebounding exercise is how it strengthens your short and your long range muscles in your eyes. So remember that glasses do weaken your eyes, so as much as possible don't wear your glasses. Obviously there might be times that everyone's taking their glasses off. Obviously there may be times when you will need them, but as much as possible, because I've spoken to some people and they've said, well, I need them for reading. I said, but you don't need them for anything else, so don't wear them for anything else, because what you will find is that your eyes will adjust. It's like your eyes go back into the easy chair. Oh, this is good, we don't have to do much work anymore. But your eyes are made up of these long and short range muscles, so you can work those muscles. I did mention the book Better Eyesight Without Glasses by Dr. William Bates. That's a really good book to read to strengthen eyesight.
Another trick she swears by is something called palming. It's one of my favorites because it feels so relaxing. All you do is rub your hands together until they're warm, then gently place them over your closed eyes. That warmth is like a cozy blanket for your eyes, and it helps calm them down and relax your mind too. It's wild how such a simple thing can make your eyes feel less tired, especially after a long day of staring at screens or under bright lights. And here's another fun one, focus shifting. Hold your finger close to your nose, yeah, it feels a bit silly at first, and stare at it. Then quickly look at something far away, like a tree or a picture on the wall. Go back and forth like this a few times. It's basically a workout for your eye muscles, helping them switch focus between near and far. If you've ever had that awkward moment where your eyes struggle to adjust when you go from reading something close to looking at a distant sign, this exercise can really help with that.
What I love about this rebounding exercise is how it strengthens your short and your long range muscles in your eyes. So remember that glasses do weaken your eyes, so as much as possible don't wear your glasses. Obviously there might be times that, everyone's taking their glasses off. Obviously there may be times when you will need them, but as much as possible, because I've spoken to some people and they've said, well, I need them for reading. I said, but you don't need them for anything else, so don't wear them for anything else. Because what you will find is that your eyes will adjust. It's like your eyes go back into the easy chair. Oh, this is good, we don't have to do much work anymore. But your eyes are made up of these long and short range muscles, so you can work those muscles. I did mention the book Better Eyesight Without Glasses by Dr. William Bates, and that's a really good book to read to strengthen eyesight.
Remember, your eyes have 6 tiny muscles that control their movement. And just like any muscle, they need to be used and exercised to stay strong. If you don't, they can get all stiff and tired. Studies even show that doing eye exercises regularly can ease strain for most people. Like, 65% of participants in one study said they felt way better after sticking to it. So here's the deal. Eye exercises aren't some big, boring chore. They're simple, quick, and actually kind of fun once you get into it. Barbara O'Neill's second step, nutrition for vision. But no matter how much exercise you do, without proper nutrients, it all goes to waste. That's where food comes in. There are these 2 nutrients with super cool names, lutein and zeaxanthin. Think of them as your eye's personal bodyguards. Every day, your eyes are bombarded by harmful blue light from phones, laptops, and even the sun. Blue light is like an invisible laser trying to mess with the most sensitive part of your eyes, called the retina. Lutein and zeaxanthin step in and absorb that light, like shields protecting your eyes from getting hurt. Without them, your retina could get damaged, leading to a condition called macular degeneration, a fancy term for blurry vision that worsens over time. Studies show that people who eat more lutein and zeaxanthin have sharper vision. Foods like kale, spinach, and egg yolks are packed with these nutrients. So when your mom told you to eat your greens, she wasn't just nagging, she was low-key saving your eyesight. Then there's vitamin A, which is like the flashlight your eyes need to see in the dark. Ever heard someone say, eat your carrots, they're good for your eyes? That's because carrots are full of beta-carotene, which your body turns into vitamin A. This vitamin is crucial for seeing in low light, like when you're trying to find your way to the bathroom at night. Without it, you might end up with night blindness or dry, itchy eyes that feel like they've got sand in them. Plus, foods like sweet potatoes and colorful peppers are also great sources of vitamin A. So basically, eating your veggies is like charging your eyes' batteries. And then comes omega-3 fatty acids.
Chia and flax are the highest in the vegetable kingdom of omega-3. Omega-3 is very important because the body loves using this omega-3 for cell membrane function and repair. That's why after your workout in the morning and you sit down to eat breakfast, you really should grind up your flax or sprinkle chia over everything. Because those fibres that broke and are rebuilding from your exercise workout, this omega-3 will speed up that recovery time. By the way, having a hot shower finished with cold afterward is another way to speed up repair.
These are the good fats you find in fish like salmon and mackerel. They're like the oil for the engine of your eyes, keeping everything smooth and well lubricated. If your eyes ever feel dry or scratchy after staring at a screen too long, that's your tear film crying out for help. Omega-3s strengthen that tear film, making sure your eyes stay comfortable and don't dry out. Researchers even found that eating fish twice a week can slash your chances of getting dry eyes by up to 70%. So, how can you have all these foods in a balanced way? Suppose you start your day with a green smoothie loaded with kale, spinach, and a splash of orange juice. It's a refreshing, tasty way to load up on lutein and zeaxanthin. Then for dinner, you've got grilled salmon, sautéed carrots, and a side of quinoa. Not only is your meal Instagram-worthy, but it's also a vision-boosting powerhouse. Here's a fun fact to blow your mind. Your eyes blink about 28,000 times a day. Every blink spreads tears across your eyes to keep them moist and clean. Omega-3s help those tears stay strong, so your eyes don't feel like they've just run a marathon. And those lutein and zeaxanthin we talked about earlier? They're stored in the macula, the part of your retina that helps you see fine details. They're packed so tightly there that they literally make the macula look yellow. One thing we often overlook is how much we expect from our eyes. Between binge-watching shows, endless scrolling, and late-night gaming, our eyes are constantly under pressure. That's why giving them the right nutrients is such a game changer.
So there is an eye wash that is very beneficial for sore eyes, for bloodshot eyes, for dry eyes. And this can also be used for glaucoma. It's a half a teaspoon of golden seal and a half a teaspoon of eye brine. And 1 cup of boiling water. So you cool and strain. And then you can wash your eyes with a little eye wash, you know, the little eye bath. You can wash your eyes with that a couple of times a day. I've had guests come to our program with dry eyes and some people with weepy eyes. They're always wiping their eyes, and they have found that this tea has helped them. So eyebright are leaves, and that's a root. Usually you buy it in a powder form.
Lifestyle adjustments to complement these steps. And like taking care of any other part of your body, only exercise and the right food are not enough to get the best result. Your lifestyle matters a lot. So, it also needs to be changed, or should I say improved. Use the night mode on your phone or get yourself a pair of those fancy blue light-blocking glasses. It's like giving your brain a pair of sunglasses to chill out. Imagine your eyes are like plants. They need water to survive. If you don't drink enough, they dry out, get itchy, and make you feel miserable. You know those days when your eyes are just done? Probably because you're dehydrated. Fun fact, 3 out of 4 people don't drink enough water. That's a lot of dry eyeballs walking around. So, next time you're sipping on soda, maybe swap it for some good old water. Think of it as giving your eyes a mini spa day.
Eyes need to have, if anything, over long range and under short range. And that's why children must be, their time on the computer, Game Boys, things like that, must be limited. So this is what I advise to parents. You say this to the children: is your room clean? Is your cupboards tidy? Is your bed made? Is the dishwasher unpacked? Shoes clean? I don't know, you have your list. All right, you're gonna have 15 minutes.
And then there's one extremely important thing: sleep. It's like a magic reset button for your eyes.
And Dr. Matthew Walker shows that there are more accidents from sleep deprivation than alcohol. And that's not lessening the accidents that happen because of alcohol, but he shows that when someone's drunk, there's a bit of a reaction, but when someone falls asleep at the wheel, there's no reaction.
Wow.
And he cites that to show that, you know, this is a huge problem, people falling asleep because they're not getting enough sleep.
During those precious hours, your eyes get to kick back and repair all the damage they've been through during the day. But here's the scary part. If you don't sleep enough, like less than 6 hours a night, you're putting your eyes at serious risk. There's even a fancy word for it: glaucoma, a sneaky eye disease that can lead to blindness. Not getting enough shut-eye is like running your car non-stop without letting the engine cool down. Eventually, something's gonna give. And let me hit you with some crazy facts. Kids between 8 and 18 spend a whopping 7.5 hours a day staring at screens. That's more time than they sleep. And by the time we hit 40, half of us will be nearsighted, partly because of too much screen use. Wild, right? Oh, and here's a fun little experiment researchers did. They gave one group of people tablets with blue light filters and another group regular tablets to read before bed. The group without the filters took, no joke, an extra hour to fall asleep. That's a full episode of your favorite show wasted lying in bed. Success stories. And these are not just some theoretical wisdom. Let me tell you some stories about how simple changes in life can seriously help protect your eyesight and even improve it. Something people often don't realize is possible. You know, most of us think that bad eyesight is just a part of getting older or being glued to our screens all day. But the truth is, you can actually do a lot to take care of your eyes and even get them back to better health. Just listen to these stories.
For 2 months she put castor oil in her eye, and she went to have her cataract operation, and the doctor said, "You don't need to be operated on, it's gone."
Wow. Okay.
Now, obviously, if the cataract's been there a while, it might take a little longer. But we've seen people break up bone spurs. And a funny story, I was in Dublin airport waiting for my pickup, and a man came up and he said, "Are you Barbara O'Neill?" I said, "I am." He said, "I've got a story for you." He said, and he looked late 50s, all his ligaments in his hand were shrinking, and his hand was coming like a claw. And he heard about the castor oil, so he wore castor oil pack on his hand every night. For a month, he said, "Look, it's gone." He said, "I just want to thank you."
Interesting. So amazing properties to that. We talked about cayenne pepper and turmeric, curcumin. We already touched on this Celtic salt. Okay.
There's this boy named Liam. He was around 10 years old, and for a while, he couldn't see clearly without glasses. His parents were worried he'd be stuck wearing them forever. But then they came across some advice from Barbara O'Neill, a health expert who's passionate about natural ways to stay healthy. She shared some really simple tips, like spending more time outside in natural light and eating foods full of vitamins. So, Liam started eating more carrots, oranges, and spinach, and he also spent more time outside playing. Can you believe it? His vision got so much better that he didn't need glasses anymore. Scientists actually back this up with research, showing that sunlight can help the eyes focus better, and that getting outside more can stop the eyes from becoming too nearsighted. Then there's Mary, an older woman who thought her eyesight was just doomed. She had trouble reading and doing anything up close. But after hearing Barbara talk about eye health, she decided to give it a shot. She started eating foods like kale and blueberries, which are full of nutrients that help protect the eyes. And she also did some simple eye exercises, like focusing on things far away. Over time, her vision improved, and she was able to get back to reading her favorite books. And this isn't just a random miracle. There's science behind it. Foods high in antioxidants, like those found in leafy greens, help protect the eyes from damage, especially from things like blue light and aging. Here's a shocking fact. Did you know that up to 80% of blindness and vision loss could actually be avoided? That's right. Most of it can be prevented with good habits, like eating right and taking care of your eyes. But the thing is, many people don't know this. They think that once their vision starts going downhill, there's nothing they can do. Barbara O'Neill often talks about how bad diets, full of junk food and lacking important nutrients, are one of the biggest reasons people's eyes start to fail. She suggests eating whole, healthy foods with lots of vitamins, like vitamins A, C, and omega-3 fatty acids, which are all super important for your eyes. Omega-3s, which are found in fish like salmon, help keep your eyes from getting dry and reduce the risk of problems like macular degeneration. Let me tell you about Raj. He's a guy who works on his computer all day, and he started getting terrible eye strain. His eyes were constantly tired, and he had headaches all the time. Barbara shared a super simple tip with him. Every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break and look at something 20 feet away. It's called the 20-20-20 rule, and it helps your eyes relax. Raj tried it, and guess what? His eye strain disappeared. It's such an easy thing to do, and it made a huge difference. Doctors actually recommend it for people who spend a lot of time on screens. Another thing Barbara talks about is how harmful all this artificial light can be. We're talking about the blue light from phones, tablets, and computers. Studies show that blue light can mess with your sleep and even harm your eyes over time. Barbara suggests things like wearing glasses that block blue light or using night mode on your devices. These little changes have helped tons of people sleep better and protect their eyesight. Barbara O'Neill's advice isn't about some fancy treatments or expensive solutions. It's all about making small, simple changes that anyone can do. She's helped so many people, just like Liam, Mary, and Raj, see better and protect their vision. It's proof that if you pay attention to your eye health and make a few smart choices, you don't have to just accept bad eyesight as your future. Your eyes deserve a little extra care, and with the right habits, they can stay sharp for much longer than you think. So, never forget that your vision is priceless, and protecting it doesn't have to be difficult. With these 2 simple steps, you can ensure your eyesight stays healthy for years to come. What steps are you taking to protect your eyes? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more eye-opening health tips from Barbara O'Neill. See you soon.